Hello and welcome back. Now, I would like to tell you about the medications that I was taking. Um, I started off with hydrochlorothiazide, which they call like HTCZ. I think that's the short name for it. I took that for years and years. Um, mm, until just before, maybe 2 years before I stopped taking anything. And um, it was a small dose, but it was enough to keep my body wanting it and to keep it going, to keep the blood pressure somewhat under control. And after it started not doing that, they added something different. Now, I'm going to be reading some of this so I can make sure it's accurate. What I want to tell you about is the medications I was taking and the herbs that I started taking after, uh, as I was weaning myself off, and what I take now. So, like I said, I want to read some of this so that I don't make any mistakes. I'm not going to give you actual gram milligrams or uh, the exact dosage that I took or am taking, because everybody has to do what's best for them. I just want, and I'm not going to tell you how much. I'm just going to tell you the name and what it did. So this is the bag that I showed you before. This, honey, uh, I was taking aspirin, which was supposed to keep the blood flowing. And that's when I found out about the cayenne pepper. I learned how to make my own tinctures so that I could use it in liquid form, because cayenne is very hot. But I guess that's what makes it work. Because when I take it in water, and once when I take it, I can feel my blood flowing for a little bit, and it may break you out in a little sweat, but it didn't take long. It doesn't last long, I should say. But okay, I was taking aspirin and the hydrochlorothiazide, small dosage. Then they added a second one, which was called Metoprolol. Now it was an extended release tablet. The common uses is to treat high blood pressure. Now this is coming off of this paper that came from the pharmacy. Okay, it's used to treat high blood pressure, used to treat chest pain or pressure, used to treat heart failure or weak heart. It may be given to you for other reasons. Talk to the doctor. Okay. Uh, Side effects. Hi. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want you to hear some of the side effects that was associated with this pill. Um, Allergic reactions like rash, hives, fever, wheezing, tightness in the chest or throat, trouble breathing, swallowing, talking, unusual hoarseness. Now, okay, unusual hoarseness. Hoarseness is unusual anyway. That lets you know. Anyway, I digress. Swelling of the mouth, face, lips, tongue, or throat. Low mood, depression. Very bad. wait a minute, very bad dizziness or passing out. Chest pain that's new or worse. Okay, that's just a few off this one pill. So this is in addition to the hydrochlorothiazide. And yeah, I did get the feeling of low mood. I wouldn't call myself depressed, but like I said, my get up and go got up and went. Okay, it wasn't very good. So I took that for I want to say I took that maybe 4 or 5 years, and then it got to where it was like the medications were not working. And it wasn't working together, and I was feeling like crap. So then they come up with losartan. It was a one pill that had 2 ingredients, which was losartan and hydrochlorothiazide combination. Now it says it is used to treat high blood pressure. It is used to prevent strokes. It may be given to you for other reasons. Talk with the doctor. Now, the side effects, just like the other thing, I think this is maybe their go-to statement. It's pretty much the same, except the same as what I said about the Metoprolol. But signs of high blood sugar like confusion, feeling sleepy, more thirst, more hungry, passing urine more often, flushing, fast breathing, or breath that smells like fruit. Signs of kidney problems like unable to pass urine or change in how much urine is passed, blood in the urine, or a big weight gain. A heartbeat that does not feel normal. Dizzy or passing out, fast heartbeat, more thirst, seizures. And it just goes on and on. Okay, I started taking this, and I felt way worse than I did before I took it. And I told him, no, I had to go back and let him know that was not working for me. So what did they do? They gave me another combination. He told me to stop taking that. Then it was irbesartan. It is used to treat high blood pressure. It is used to protect kidney function in diabetic patients who have protein loss. Now, I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. It may be given to you for other reasons. Talk to the doctor. He gave me that in combination with, oh Lord, I know I'm going to mess this up, but it's Chlorthalidone. Now, again, it is used to treat blood pressure and get rid of extra fluid. So this was a fluid pill, okay? This first one that was supposed to be for blood pressure, I found out that it's actually used to try to stop your damage to your kidney. They knew what these pills would do, so they give you this in combination to slow down the damage to the kidney. But let me tell you a little something else. I had, my husband had a family member, or has a family member, who is waiting on a kidney transplant. Well, he was going to try to be tested to see if he could be a donor for the family member. Well, when the people called for the phone screening, The first thing they wanted to know was if he was on blood pressure or um, or cholesterol medications. When he said yes, which he was at that time, she told him that disqualified him because at some point he may become he may need his own kidney. He may become a person with damaged kidneys who may need a transplant himself. I'm like, what? So they're knowing that this stuff is damaging your internal organs, but they putting a band-aid on this other thing that you say you have. Okay? So that in itself was enough to say, when I started reading this, I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I got to find something different. And when I did talk to the doctor about, and I really liked him until I found out, and I like him as a person, but you're giving me this stuff knowing that it could be detrimental on down the line? No. So when I decided to look for something else, I'm going to give you some names of some herbs and things that I take now. I'm not going to tell you again how much I take, and I'm not going to tell you what each one does. I'm going to tell you some of it, but not each one. I would like for you, if you're interested in making a change, you need to do your own research. Empower yourself. If you go to the doctor, if you go to the doctor and you have a question, ask. Do not believe everything that you hear. Ask your question, get your answer, go home and do your own research. Find out for yourself. Okay, again, I'm talking to you. I'm not telling you what to do. Yeah, I was, but this is what I did. If something didn't sound right, if it don't sound right, it ain't right. You need to check for yourself. There's so much information online. I can't tell you how much information is in books. Books that were written a long time ago about herbal remedies. The things that we have pushed aside for modern medicine. I can remember again, and I'm going back. Yeah, I'm going back. When I was young, we didn't go to the doctor. My grandpa and my grandma, some elder had something to give you for whatever issue you may have. Unless you have been cut wide open and need some stitches, or it's something life-threatening, you didn't go to the doctor. You took herbs or some kind of herbal remedy to help you get over whatever problem you had. So, for the blood pressure, I started taking a blood pressure tincture. And inside this tincture is a lot of things, but it has garlic, ginger, ginkgo, hawthorn berry, olive leaf, and a few other things. This is the concoction that I came up with after looking all around and testing things to see what worked for me. I still take this when I need to. Like when I have a cheat day and I eat something that I know is going to raise my blood pressure, something like pasta or just about anything white, potatoes. Uh, when I say pasta, dairy. Yeah, I don't drink milk, but I still eat cheese occasionally, and it lets me know. So when I wind up eating something that I shouldn't I have to go back to that again as I drink my water, get back on track, eating my leafy greens and my fruit in my smoothies. Um, just getting myself back on track. Because, yes, I do cheat. I'm trying to get away from that. I do much better than I used to, but I'm not there yet. I'm just being truthful. Um, so this is what I take daily, no matter what. Um, oh, oh God, I need to tell you about this one. It's very important. Black seed oil. Had not ever heard of black seed oil until Herbalist Kareem was talking about it on his channel. And then I started looking. I'm like, my God, this is not something new. This has been around for centuries. So I should say black seed because it can be taken as in an oil, cold pressed oil, or it can be grind up as and taken in capsule form, which is what I do because I tried the oil, but I would wind up having to. It has an acquired taste. Okay, it's not that bad, but it's not something that I won't deal with every day. My husband takes it every day, twice a day, in the morning and at night. He just puts it in the spoon. I won't be like him when I grow up. I ain't there yet. Okay, so the black seed oil, I need to stop saying oil. Black seed. Uh, it lowers blood pressure. It helps with your cholesterol level, and it reduces joint inflammation. So if you are also having issues with maybe arthritis or your joints ache for whatever reason, more than likely it's because of the way you eat, and we'll talk about that when I talk about food. But it helps, as does I do sea moss, bladderwrack, and burdock together. That combination gives you the 102 minerals that your body needs daily. You can take it in that combination. I do that along with a women's multivitamin that did not come. It doesn't come from the grocery store or Walmart or the drugstore. I get it from someplace else. And when I say I can tell the difference between that and what I had been taking, oh, honey. Oh, but again, I digress. I also do cayenne pepper, which is in a tincture. Uh, that's what this is. Um, the in the water every morning after I wind up taking all my supplements. I always leave me at least 4 to 6 ounces of water, and I take more than what most people would because I've built up an immunity to it, and it I can take more than somebody that's just starting out. And when I tell you that I have no aches and pains, I've had 3 orthoscopic surgeries on my knees from when I was working. I have no pain, none. I have no aches. I can't tell you when the last time I had a headache. Um, it works for me. I also use turmeric, and I don't use that in capsule form. I use it in my smoothies in the morning, along with a lot of other stuff that I will tell you about when I go to the food part. But I also use cinnamon. Cinnamon is very good for blood pressure. I take sorry about that. CoQ10, uh, omega 3s, and even though I do take a supplement, I also use it in my smoothies in the form of hemp seed and flaxseed. Hemp seed also has protein, which I need because I don't eat meat. And that's another thing. You know, people say, well, honey, you don't eat meat. How do you get your protein? Baby, the cow, if you're eating red meat, the cow eats the grass if you're lucky. I don't know, depending on where you get it from, it might be eating something else. But grass-fed beef, think about this. I'm just cutting out the middleman. The cow eats the grass. You eat the cow. Just eliminate the cow. Okay? Again, I digress. I do take magnesium. I take vitamin C. And vitamin D is... I do take supplements. But the best, very best vitamin D you can get is to carry yourself outside and be in the sunshine at least 30 minutes. The sun will give you the levels of vitamin D that you cannot get in a supplement. You really, really need to. If you got Sky, take your chair out there and sit down for how long? Now I know if it's getting cold or it is depending on the season. I don't care. Bundle up. Go on out there and get in the sun. Sunshine. Can't beat it. And I said all that to say this. Everything that I was taking in pharmaceuticals, I have found an herb or a plant, something that can take its place and make me feel better without the side effects. I cannot stress that enough. And a lot of people, Diane, what are you doing? How do you look? When I went to my last class reunion, which was 3 years ago, 3 of the people who were there at that time are not here now. And what really bothers me is that when I try to tell people, they may ask me what I do, and then when I tell them, it's like, I don't, or they'll laugh and make a joke. I have a very good friend that I've known since high school, would ask me about certain things, and when I told this person, they make a joke out of it and, move on. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm good. I'm up walking around. I'm not wheezing. I'm not I don't have a lot of the ailments that people my age seem to have. I'm not sick. I have not been sick in a long time. Uh, as far as like catching colds and that kind of thing, Lord, I haven't had a cold in forever and a day. And I feel so blessed in knowing with the knowledge and that I have found in doing my research. That's why the things that I told you about that I'm taking, I didn't give you any extra information. I want you to look it up for yourself. I want you to try these things if you can for yourself. Not if you can do it. It just depends on what you're willing to sacrifice or some of, what you're willing, maybe not necessarily sacrifice, but what you're willing to change. Do you have the willpower to change? Now, or the person that's whoever you're trying to get information for, are they willing to change? Besides the herbs, the most important thing, drink water. Stop drinking sugary drinks. Drink your water. Change the way you eat. I'm a living witness that it works. Do I miss certain things? Sometimes. But it's kind of like it was when I quit smoking. It's a fleeting thought. I think I need the cigarette, but give me 5 minutes later, I ain't not even thinking about it anymore. Or if you need help in maybe some things you just won't, okay? Because like I said, I am not perfect. I still have things that I like. But instead of getting a whole bowl of it, if I have a few teaspoons, just enough to get the taste in my mouth, then drink water. Water will fill you up and make you feel like you've had more than what you have. But again, I'm getting back into the food and I want to make that separate. But I hope what I just told you has helps you to kind of understand what I do daily and maybe give you an incentive to maybe try it yourself or maybe help the person that you care about to help them maybe make some changes. And again, like I said, you don't try to do too much at one time. It took a long time to get where you are. Be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. If you start and you mess up, hey, just get back up, try it again. Sometimes we can be really, really mean to ourselves. And another thing I would say is don't tell everybody your business, okay? Because you have people who are just waiting to see you fail. I don't care what they say. Oh, that's nice. Oh, really? Yeah. And then the first time they see you or hear about you eating or doing a certain thing, see, I told you you couldn't do that. I knew it wasn't going to work. Remove that by not telling anybody. Talk to yourself. Don't let yourself talk you out of trying. That's the biggest thing. Just take it a day at a time. That's all you get every day anyway. Just one day at a time. And do the best you can for that day. I would suggest that you maybe write out a plan after you do your research. as to how you're going to try to make your changes. And then implement your changes a little bit at a time and see what happens. I'm sure, because I know, when people were trying to tell me, I was like, I don't know about that. But nothing beats a fail but a try. So, what are you going to do?